Hey, my friend. Wherever you are in the world right now, whatever you're going through today, I just want to say something simple. I'm really glad you're here. Maybe today felt heavy. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're carrying something no one else can see. And if that's true, this moment is for you. You see, a lot of people misunderstand positivity. They think it means being cheerful all the time. Always smiling. Always confident. Always optimistic. Like some people are just born that way. And others are not. But real positivity doesn't work like that. Most of the positive people I admire have been through storms. They've had long nights where sleep didn't come. Days where nothing went right. Moments where they doubted themselves deeply. But what makes them different is not what they feel. It's what they choose. They choose to return to hope. Again. And again. And again. Not loudly. Not dramatically. But quietly. Without applause. Without anyone noticing. For a long time, I thought I wasn't that kind of person. If something went wrong, I immediately expected more problems. If someone was rude to me, that mood stayed with me the entire day. One small negative moment would turn into a long negative story in my head. And eventually, I believed something about myself. I believed I just wasn't a positive person. I thought, this is just the way my mind works. This is who I am. But something changed. One small realization. Positivity isn't something you're born with. It's something you practice. Just like learning English. At first it's difficult. You make mistakes. You feel slow. But with time, your brain changes. Your habits change. Your mindset changes. And slowly, you become the person you were practicing to be. So if you're here right now, listening, learning, trying, then you're already doing something powerful. You're training your mind. And that matters more than you think. Let me tell you something important. Positive people are not happy all the time. They feel sadness, stress, fear. Just like everyone else. The difference is simple. They don't stay there forever. They learn how to return. Return to perspective. Return to patience. Return to hope. Maybe you've met someone like that. Someone who seems calm even when life gets difficult. Someone who keeps going. And you wonder, how do they do that? The truth is, they practice. Every single day. Positivity is not pretending everything is perfect. It's believing things can improve. Even when the situation is messy. It's not forcing happiness. It's leaving a small window open in your mind. For light to enter. Sometimes the light comes from outside. A kind message. A peaceful moment. A good conversation. But sometimes, that light comes from you. From the way you talk to yourself. From the way you keep showing up. Even when nobody notices. And here's something that might surprise you. You don't need to feel positive to practice positivity. You only need one small action. Just one. Maybe you notice something good today. Maybe the sunlight through your window. Maybe the smell of coffee in the morning. Maybe the fact that you're still trying. Even after difficult days. Maybe you send a kind message to a friend. Maybe you tell yourself something gentle like, this moment is hard. But I'm still here. These actions might look small. But they are powerful. Because every time you do something positive, even when you don't feel positive, your brain learns something new. It learns that you are not stuck. This moment will pass. Just like every other moment in your life. Something new will come. And maybe something better. Now let's talk about mornings. Because mornings are more powerful than most people realize. Let me ask you a simple question. What's the first thing you usually think about when you wake up? For many people, it's something like this: I didn't sleep enough. I have too much to do today. I don't feel ready. Or maybe the first thing you do is grab your phone. Notifications, emails, social media, news. And before your day even begins, your mind is already full. But here's something fascinating about the human brain. Right after you wake up, your mind is very open. It's quiet, soft, still waking up. And the first thought you plant there can shape the mood of your entire day. Not completely, but powerfully. It's like the first note in a song. It sets the tone. For a long time, my mornings were filled with anxiety. Before I even opened my eyes, my mind was already racing. Thinking about problems, deadlines, everything that could go wrong. And because that was my first thought, the whole day felt stressful. Until one day, I tried something simple. I wrote 2 words on a sticky note and placed it next to my bed. The note said, "Start soft." That was it. Every morning when I opened my eyes, I read those 2 words. Start soft. At first, it didn't change much. But slowly, something shifted. Instead of jumping into stress, I paused. I took a breath. I greeted myself kindly, like I would greet a friend. And that small change changed how I carried the entire day. Maybe your mornings are difficult too. Maybe you wake up tired, overwhelmed, unmotivated. That's okay. You don't have to change everything. You just have to change the first moment. One sentence, one breath, one gentle thought. Because sometimes, a small beginning creates a powerful direction. Now let's talk about something else. Something many people struggle with: protecting your energy. Let me ask you something honestly. How many times have you said yes when your heart quietly said no? Maybe too many times to count. You agree to plans you don't want. You stay in conversations that drain you. You scroll through social media, even when it makes you feel worse. Here's a truth we often forget. Being positive doesn't mean being available to everything. Sometimes the most positive thing you can do is protect your energy. When I was younger, I thought being kind meant always saying yes, always being available, always responding, always helping. I didn't want to disappoint anyone. But I didn't realize something important. My energy wasn't endless. And by the end of every day, I felt exhausted, even when nothing terrible had happened. Eventually, I started asking myself new questions. Who makes me feel lighter? Who makes me feel heavier? What habits leave me energized? And what habits quietly drain me? Those questions changed everything. Because I started learning something powerful. How to say no. Not with anger, but with respect. Respect for my time. Respect for my energy. Respect for my peace. Sometimes protecting your energy is simple. Muting a notification that stresses you. Choosing a quiet evening instead of a loud one. Stepping away from conversations that always become negative. Here's something I remind myself often. Just because something wants your attention doesn't mean it deserves it. And the same is true for people. Some people bring drama, complaints, constant negativity. You can still care about them, but you don't have to absorb their energy. You can wish them well, from a healthy distance. That's not selfish. That's wisdom. Your energy is like a small garden. If you give it away to everything, nothing will grow. But if you protect it, water it, care for it, something beautiful begins to grow. Clarity, confidence, peace. And the people who truly respect you will understand your boundaries, because they want you to feel whole. Now let's talk about something powerful. Gratitude. Most people misunderstand gratitude. They think it means forcing yourself to feel thankful, even when things are going badly. But real gratitude isn't forced happiness. It's noticing one small good thing, even when life feels messy. During one difficult time in my life, my mind was always racing. I was trying to fix everything, solve everything, control everything. And I felt exhausted. Then one day, something small happened. I was walking home. Nothing special. Just an ordinary afternoon. And I noticed sunlight hitting the leaves of a tree. For a moment, I stopped. I breathed. And I thought, this is beautiful. I'm still here. That moment changed something inside me. Gratitude isn't a big emotion. It's a pause. A moment where you say, even if everything isn't perfect, this one thing is good. Maybe it's your morning coffee. Maybe it's a message from a friend. Maybe it's your favorite song. Maybe it's the fact that you're still learning, still growing, still trying. Those small things matter. Because the more you notice them, the more your brain begins looking for them. And eventually, you realize something amazing. They were always there. You just weren't used to seeing them. And finally, there's something I want you to remember on hard days. You don't have to feel good to do something good. You can feel tired and still be kind. You can feel sad and still take one step forward. You can feel unmotivated and still do one meaningful thing. Sometimes the smallest action changes your entire day. Making your bed, drinking a glass of water, sending a kind message, taking one deep breath. These actions tell your brain something important. We are still moving. We are still trying. And sometimes, that is more than enough. So if today feels difficult, remember this. You don't have to fix your entire life today. You just need one small step. One calm breath. One kind thought. And if no one told you this today, I'm proud of you for being here. For trying. For learning. For growing. You're doing better than you think. And step by step, your life is changing.